might have a feel for what a house looks like. Bring an inspector with you to your first showing, and that way you know you're comfortable waiving that inspection. I think blindly waiving an inspection is a really big mistake.
Welcome to another episode of One Drink. I'm Pat Murphy, the Paris Murphy LLP, here at the Grill at the Fairview Inn in Marshfield, Massachusetts, Brant Rock section of Marshfield, Massachusetts, with Tim Driscoll, broker-owner of Portside Real Estate. Tim, first question, what are you drinking?
Guinness.
Guinness? I got a Pulp Daddy.
All right.
Cheers. How'd you get into the business, first of all, but then what made you want to become a broker-owner?
I was in the, I was a trader in stock exchange for about 15 years, but was always doing real estate outside of work.
Yeah.
Felt like I had a good knack for it, and kind of hit the wall trading-wise, and the market was changing, so I jumped into the mortgage business for a little while, and got a little bored with that. I just got my real estate license, and a year later, opened my own home brokerage.
Now you have offices in Duxbury, Marshfield, Hanover, and just recently Milton,
Just
right?
recently opened one in Milton, yeah.
So you covered pretty much the South Shore tied up.
Yeah.
So how are you coaching your clients in terms of trying to get their offers accepted, both on the buy side, but then on the sell side, getting them the sellers to be reasonable about what they're going to be fielding for offers?
So from the buyer's perspective, we're seeing just so much pressure on the buyers. If they have sold a house, now they're in a position where they have to buy, and there's such a crunch. The market really hasn't slowed down through the winter, so the inventory is low in the winter. It really hasn't come, and as people tell you all the time, how can I sell? I don't have anywhere to go. You see the risks everybody's throwing, waiving a home inspection, waiving the financing, even though they need the financing. These are things that people are starting to do, which I try to talk them out of that, or bring an inspector with them to a showing. We've seen so many houses that you might have a feel for what a house looks like if it's a standard colonial. Bring an inspector with you to your first showing, and that way you know you're comfortable waiving that inspection. I think blindly waiving an inspection is a really big mistake. The financing part, I think the way pre-approvals and mortgage companies do things these days, I think they do a really good job since the whole mortgage meltdown. I think they do a good job pre-approving people.
Especially if it's not your first house you're buying.
Yeah.
Like you've already been through the process
good
before.
Down payments, people have it. I think I personally think that's a little less risky than waiving a home inspection. On the flip side, as a listing agent, you're trying to get a price. Maybe if you know it's a certain price, you might even go a little lower, knowing you're going to create
the frenzy.
Significant demand.
Yeah.
And that's so intentionally you're going to end up running it up a little bit. But where's the evaluation? You always have to evaluate where you're going to go, and what's the next level of buying where you can maybe get a better house rather than.
And then with interest rates being so low, it's not really that much more of a mortgage payment in the end. Like if you're even going up $200,000, it's a small amount on the mortgage
payment. You hear
payment.
that from a lot of young buyers today. Is they're not really that concerned about the price as they are about the payment. They're coming from a really healthy payment that they're renting with, or previous ownership is, and if they've made enough equity in their home, or they've saved enough equity, it's all about the payment for them. What people are paying for rents for a long time has increased faster than the real estate market.
Right.
So it might not even be a luxury unit, but they've been paying a hefty dollar for anywhere in the city.
Hitting just a little bit onto what your purchase price is. It's not really adding that much more onto the mortgage because the interest rates are just.
They're not intimidated by the payment.
Yeah, not at all. So it's allowing them to be a little bit more flexible in terms of.
And aggressive.
And aggressive.
Yeah.
Truly, yeah. How do you make sure your clients aren't overpaying or protecting them from maybe making the wrong move?
You can quickly have a prepared market analysis for them and just see these are the ones that are under agreement, and we can kind of maybe use your network and relationships with other agents to see where those other ones might be closing, or zeroing in to see, all right, I feel comfortable that these other three are going at this number.
Yeah.
Or they didn't get as much as we might think over that asking, so you try to do a little homework behind the scenes, but that's, you hopefully have good relationships with other agents that might share some information.